In this module, we'll discuss the risks to you, others, and the environment. We have discussed many risks that may be faced by a plumber in their general day-to-day tasks, such as working in an excavation, working at heights, and even using basic hand tools. We should remember that there are many different types of environments. In this case, we want to discuss environments such as the workplace, the site we're working on, as well as the project, and not just the natural nature around us. However, all of these areas will expose you, others, or the environment around you to site-specific hazards and risks. This is where the term site-specific comes in, and we must adhere to it when we perform hazard identification and risk assessment. Let's now look at some definitions. Accident means an accident arising out of and in the course of an employee's employment and resulting in a personal injury, illness, or the death of the employee. An incident means an incident as contemplated in section 24.1, including other less serious or minor incidents, and therefore used as a generic term as well. A near miss is an incident that had the potential to cause injury, ill health, or property damage, but did not. An unsafe act means doing or omitting to do any act which it would be an offense in terms of this act. An unsafe condition is a set of conditions or circumstances that has the potential to cause injury or ill health. We understand that the basic elements of risks when installing a geyser are similar no matter where you are, what room, ceiling, or platform you're on. But the area around you will expose you to risks that are not identified by sitting behind a desk thinking about the task at hand. As a plumber, you know what you will be exposed to from task-specific points of view. That means that you have installed a geyser before, and you know that you need to perhaps load the geyser into a vehicle, travel to the destination, check in at the destination, offload the geyser and equipment and tools that you are going to use, set up your site, install the geyser using your tools, test the geyser, hand over the site, and then travel back to your base of operations. However, we want to take a look at a little bit more site-specific risks. You have performed this task many times, and within this process or methodology of work, you've identified the basic steps of the task. Each step, you understand, has its own hazards and risks that need to be identified, assessed, eliminated or mitigated, and then completed in the best and safest manner possible. But it is also to be noted that each step may contain multiple hazards and risks, not just of the task you're performing, but also the site-specific hazards and risks that you may not have been exposed to yet. By that we mean you know and understand how to install a geyser, as well as the various facets or general risks and hazards that you are going to find. We now need to take that a step further and understand what we might experience on a site. Now, if you've never been to that site, how will you understand what you will be faced with? This means you need to take the time out to do a site inspection. If you don't have much time to do a full site inspection, perhaps on a private property where you are only getting to site when the project has started in order to install the geyser, you can perform mini risk assessments. This is over and above the task-specific or issue-based risk assessment that you've done for the installation of a geyser. And this will help you to identify, assess, eliminate, or mitigate any additional site-specific risks. When it comes to bigger projects, no doubt you have had the time to plan and prepare for these projects. This should include a full site walkaround as well as a site-specific risk assessment for that project. And so it's important that you take the step-by-step procedure and then identify the steps within each task as well as the site-specific risks you may find. For that, let us take a look at some risk scenarios that you might face as a plumber.